What it do, y'all? This your man King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with another video. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button for me. And this was an interesting debate going on the Kali. Like, what happened to AZ and why his career didn't pop off like people predicted it should. Now, going back to when he was first heard in 1994 with his verse, Life's a Bitch, people pretty much groomed him up to be like, okay, AZ got this next after Nas. AZ is the one. Just by the way, his wordplay, his flow, the smooth of his cadence, and not to mention he had the look. He had a look of a fly Brooklyn nigga. So AZ had everything what it took to be a star. Listen to Do or Die. Sugar Hill, one of the best songs. Rather Unique. Jack Happy Ho. And also he had the knowledge of self as well. He knew how to mix the fly shit with the knowledge of self. Especially on the song, you can't get out if you can't get in. You can't get out if you can't get in. So he had a great mixture of everything that it took to be a big star. Now when Sugar Hill went platinum, the single did, and the Do or Die album went gold, I believe. Then that followed up in 96 with the Firm joint, when he did some features with Nas, and they was working on the Firm album. Now the Firm album should have been the one to catapult AZ to the next level. The standout verses that he had on Phone Tap, Firm Biz, most notably Firm Biz. Firm Biz is my favorite verse from AZ. The way he opened up that song was so fly. It was one of the best openers I ever heard. That's probably his best opening verse next to Life's a Bitch. But the second album, that's where it should have went to the next level. And this is where things got messy amongst the business. See, New Tribe, I think, dropped the ball. Because what happened with New Tribe is he had the second album coming out. It had the Hey AZ single. That was going to be his first single. I remember hearing it on the Clue tapes. But somewhere they didn't clear the sample. They didn't clear the sample, and therefore they had to take the record off. So basically he had a video out there where he was at the beach. It was some fly shit. He had Coco from SWV on the hook. It could have been the perfect launching pad for a new single. He had the smooth cadence with his flow, the beat, but New Tribe dropped the ball and didn't clear it. So that halted AZ's momentum. And ironically enough, the following week, Mariah Carey dropped Honey, and that blew up. That blew up all the way. So that put AZ in the limbo. And his album, Pieces of a Man, kind of got lost in the shuffle. It got lost in the shuffle by the time it was released. They should have released that around 97 because, see, in 1998, the gritty sound was back. And by the time Pieces of a Man came out, people weren't trying to hear that sound no more. It was about Queensbridge. It was about grittiness. They were bringing that hard shit back. Led by DMX. You had these lions coming out there like DMX. You had Cannabis. You had Nori. You had Nature. You had Pun. Cameron. There was new lions coming in. And AZ, that sound was kind of like nobody wanted to hear it no more. Now what he should have done, and this would have been the smartest move, he should have put out the single with RZA. The Birth. He should have released that because, you know, people wanted to hear that hardcore sound. That was the hardest song up there. He should have released The Birth as a single. So then you had Bad Management because his management told him that you shouldn't sign to Def Jam. You're going to be lost in the shuffle. So he went to Motown. And that was a bad move because, see, Motown at the time didn't know how to market an artist like AZ. and he got lost in the shuffle there. Even though the Asiatic album and Nine Lives were good albums. Another complaint that people had about AZ were, it seemed as though his albums were like carbon copies of what sounds were hot at the time. Going back to even with Asiatic, you could tell that was kind of a copy of the Blueprint album with the soul samples and stuff like that. He had a knack for doing that. But what he should have done, he should be doing it like Fabulous is doing it now. Fabulous finally found his niche. That's what AZ should have been doing, being that fly nigga, kicking that fly rhymes and jumping on R&B singles. Fab is killing it right now with that, and he's still doing it. He should have kept cats going, and then he waits too long to drop albums. Like Do or Die 2 should have been out. It should have been out. And then so after that, they was thinking, oh, AZ and Nas. I think AZ and Nas kind of had a fallout. I don't know, because they haven't really done songs together almost 20 years until recently when AZ was on King's Disease. But those are one of some of the main problems. And plus, a lot of AZ's production, that's why he has to be on a major label. A major label can clear a lot of those samples because AZ raps over a lot of classic soul shit. And those soul samples cost a grip to clear up. Those sample clearances is a bitch. That's what happened with Ghostface's joint, Bulletproof Wallets. He had to take off half the album and redo it. So those are part of some of the main reasons like AZ's career got stalled. He's a respected spitter. And his personality too, man. Like his personality, he didn't really do a lot of press. Nobody really got to know who he is and what he represents. He didn't really have the personality to do a lot of press. And so when people don't know him, it's kind of like the Lloyd Banks thing, where Lloyd Banks is just now doing press and doing promos. Nobody really knew AZ. Nobody really knew of his character. They knew he was just a cool nigga that kick fly raps. And that's cool, but people want to know more about him. They want to identify with him. But there's nothing to take away anything from him. AZ has always been dope to me. But these are some of the reasons why I believe that he kind of got stalled. But Do or Die 2 is pretty dope, man. Y'all need to check that out. So, this is King Eric signing out. Check out the interview that we doing tonight with SKJ. That's going to be live on the YouTube channel. So, peep that. Holla.